What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about where I think Black Ops 4 went wrong, and this is going to be a longer video, and there is going to be a second part to this series, which is what did Black Ops 4 do right. But I thought I'd get my opinion across today because I just don't feel like I'll be playing Black Ops 4 very much longer, because I'm starting to get bored of it. It's starting to get stale, and I think that is something that obviously I'm going to talk about in this video. So let's get started with things that I think they did wrong. Straight out the get-go, they came out with the beta. Obviously the beta is a great idea to get customer feedback, to get gamers feedback, to get people that play the games feedback, and obviously see and test the servers and make sure everything's working properly and fluidly for the game's launch. However, even though there was that, there was still a day one patch, there was still a patch a week later to fix some of the issues that didn't get fixed during the beta, and that is sort of expected. But where they went wrong with the beta is they gave us far too much content, in my opinion. They gave us too many maps, they gave us too many access to too many weapons, and stuff like that. I think the best way for a beta to come out is for it to be very, very limited. And then, obviously, when the full game release comes out, then you can focus on trying all the new things, getting up to the right level to be able to try the new things, prestiging, leveling up, going for camos and challenges and everything like that, which is awesome. But I do think that this game could have had so much potential. It definitely had so much potential, and I think it could have been so much better if they hadn't have released so much stuff into the beta. But I obviously know where they were coming from with that, and I think that the Black Ops Pass is the next thing to talk about. The Black Ops Pass was a waste of money. I'll be honest with you guys, it was a waste of money. The amount of maps that we got, 11 so far I think it is that we got for the Black Ops Pass. And 2 or 3 of them were remade maps from older Call of Duty games, which is fine because we've had 3 DLCs, 3 remade Call of Duty maps, and essentially some random maps coming back that we got for free. And obviously, when I look at the stats of which maps are DLC maps, which maps are base maps, so-called, there is a lot of fucking recycled content there. I mean, whether it's a Black Ops Pass map or a base map or anything like that, I mean, the DLC maps have been disappointing. I'll be honest, Madagascar's okay, Lockup's okay. I mean, it's not the best map, but it's pretty decent. It's better than most. Havana's pretty good, but it's a remade map. Grind's pretty good, but again, it's a remade map. Artifact's okay. Casino's pretty decent. But again, there is so much recycled content in this game, and I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that they made. They put so much effort into bringing fan favourite maps back. They brought so much effort into bringing back so many maps that, in all honesty, when I look, there is 7 or 8 maps that are completely ripped from Black Ops 1, 2 and 3. I mean, Fire and Range was in Black Ops 1, 2 and 3, so was Nuketown. Jungle was in Black Ops 1, Slums was in Black Ops 2, Summit was in Black Ops 1 and 2. And I feel like that's just something that they need to stop doing, is bringing back so many maps. They went overboard this year, and I think it's really shown. I think it's killed the player base quite a lot, because I think people are sick and tired now of playing on the same maps. When the game came out, we had 15 launch maps, including Nuketown that came like a few months down the line. And 5 of those maps, including Nuketown, were remakes. So we had 10 new maps, which is pretty decent, but when you're used to getting 12 to 15 maps that are all brand new, it kind of does kill the vibe a little bit. Another thing that I noticed is, well, even the DLC maps have some remakes in them. There's at least 3. And then Treyarch decided that, you know, we're going to do variant maps of some of the maps that are already in the game. So Hacienda Twilight came out. Arsenal Sandstorm, Contraband Hurricane, for example. They recycled base maps of the game to make variants of those maps to make it look like there's way more maps in the game than there actually is. I have counted 6 remade base maps, 2 of which were already remade maps from previous Call of Duty games anyway. I mean, come on, Treyarch, are you just being lazy, or is that just me thinking you're being lazy? Because when you literally can say that 50% of the maps in this game are remakes or different versions of maps we've already had, then to me that's a bit ridiculous. It's getting a bit stupid, and I think that we should be expecting new maps, especially the Black Ops Pass holders. We should get, if there's 4 DLC maps per DLC, we should get 4 new DLC maps. I don't mind the odd remake map being thrown in there, but when you pay for a season pass, you really don't pay to see a map that you've already paid for really come back, do you? I mean, it's just a bit stupid to me. And I do like the fact that they integrated the Shatam, which is a zombies map, into one of the DLCs, but I think that obviously going forward, it needs to be free to play model. It needs to be all the DLC is free for everyone, and that's where Treyarch messed up again. All the DLC is not free. You had to buy the season pass or the Black Ops Pass to get all the DLC. Then they gave some remade maps to everyone, and then they didn't give other maps to everyone. So the player base got split. So what happens there? The player base dwindles, the numbers go down, people are quitting the game because there's a lack of updates. And it just gets to the point where there is a lot less people playing the game. And then the other issue arises. Because there's less people playing the game, the connections get worse and the game modes get more and more fragmented. Less people in each game mode makes it harder to find, so you end up playing in lobbies with really bad connections because I'm the UK and I might as well be connected to fucking Mexico. It's ridiculous. And I think that obviously Modern Warfare is going to improve on that. All the DLC in Modern Warfare is supposed to be free. When it comes to the maps, they want to keep everyone together. And then they've got crossplay, which, again, Treyarch, why not? Why wasn't this a thing? Crossplay could have been a saviour for a lot of the modes. Crossplay could have been one of the best things in this game, because it would have made the fragmented player base less fragmented. But either way, I just feel like that's something that they really should consider in the future, and obviously they are doing with Modern Warfare. Another thing where they definitely went wrong is the way that this game looks, the way that this game plays, the way that this game is overall. It's very much Black Ops 3.1. That's what it feels like to me. It's not Black Ops 4, it's Black Ops 3.1, 3.5 at the best. Because all they seem to do is sort of new maps, brought back some maps, and changed it so you can't jetpack anymore. Yes, it's a return to boots on the ground, sort of, but you can still jump around and slide and be really fast. It's a really fast-paced game. But I think they messed up in a few areas. The time to kill in this game is way too long. For regular weapons, it is far too long. It gives the snipers quite an advantage, yes. For some people that are good with snipers, yes, they have an advantage because if they hit their shots, you're not going to be able to kill them in time all of the time. However, you do feel like you're dying quite quickly sometimes, and it's a weird thing because you have more health than ever. But sometimes I feel like I can't react. Sometimes I just felt like I'm getting melted off the game. And especially with the new DLC weapons, the Stingray, I'm looking at you, you get melted off the game. You don't even get a chance. You just get hit by that thing and you are dead. No questions asked. No big surprise. Bang, you are dead. there is literally nothing you can do about it. And it sucks because some of these DLC weapons are so powerful, so overpowered, and yet not everyone has access to them. Yes, it's an incentive for people to buy the DLC weapons. I get that. But you can't even buy them outright. You can't even buy the DLC weapons outright. Yes, you can buy a weapon bribe, or you can get a weapon bribe, but you may end up spending like thousands of dollars or pounds on this randomly number generated lottery slot machine that we have in this game to even try and get one of the weapons that you want to get in the future. I mean, I obviously want to get like the M60. I want to try it. I want to get some of the new weapons like the new sniper, the Javelina, and some of the other guns I want to try and get. However, I don't have 55 million hours to play this game because I work and everything else, and neither does anyone, even if they're a full-time YouTuber, full-time streamer. Even those guys, the people that are legitimately playing the game for a living, do not have these weapons. Some of them haven't got any yet. You have to get super fucking lucky to get any of the weapons in this game unless you get a weapon bribe. And even then, you're not guaranteed which weapon you're going to get. It's like, open the shop machine, bing, here's a weapon. Do you get to choose the weapon? No, do you? Hell. Do you get to choose what weapons are in that slot machine? Do you get to choose, oh, I want to stop myself getting the Locust again because I've already got it? No, you don't get that option. If you get the Locust again, cool. And then it'll probably reroll it and hopefully you'll get something that you actually want. But to be honest, it's a slot machine. It's all luck based, and if you're not lucky enough, you're never going to get everything. You're never going to get everything, I don't think, even if you play the shit out of the game and you play all day, every day, and you grind the hell out of the game and you're level 1000 and you've got thousands of drops supplied. There is people that have opened over 1,000 reserve cases and not gotten what they wanted. Still haven't got some of the weapons. Still haven't been able to get the things that they want out of the supply drops. Because the system is rigged. The system is filled with all sorts of garbage that you don't want. Like emotes, death effects, weapon charms and all the rest of it. I think, to me, it's just all filler items, and it really saddens me to think that I don't even know whether Treyarch's to do with this or not. Obviously, they're the ones that have put these items in the game, but whether they've been told to come up with some idea to fill the loot boxes out so that Activision can make tons of money out of it, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is behind that. I know that when all the YouTubers go out, they voice their opinions on it, and it never seems to change. So I can't really give my thoughts and opinions on that. I don't know whether it's Activision, whether it's the Activision representatives that, with the streamers and everything at that time, or whether it's Treyarch that's making the decisions, or whether it's someone higher up at Activision that's setting goals way too high for games that are predicted to sell well. And I'm really hoping that Modern Warfare doesn't come foul of this. But we'll see what happens next year. We'll see what happens in October when the game comes out. And obviously next year, once it gets into like February time, the truth and the gates will open and we'll know exactly what to expect and what's going to be going on. But in all honesty, I really just wish that this game had so much potential, and it's just been ruined by microtransactions and the lack of updates and the way that they've gone about keeping in touch with the community. Because I've looked on Reddit, I've looked in the comment sections on videos, I've looked in the way that usually Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer have been pretty good at times. Especially once Michael Condrey and Schofield left Sledgehammer, they were very, very good at keeping up to date and updating people through Reddit and Twitter and tweeting out and being really active with the community. Obviously right now, Treyarch has been pulled forward onto Black Ops 5. They've been pulled forward and expected to create another game within the next 2 years or whatever. During the life cycle of Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, they were pulled on to develop Black Ops 5 or whatever it's gonna be. I think that's definitely had an effect on the game, where people aren't going to be as happy with it. People aren't going to be able to say, yo, we really tried. They really seem to be caring about the community, because right now it feels like Treyarch might as well be bending us over and screwing us in the backside, because that's what it feels like. It feels like they don't care anymore. It feels like the community is sort of the last sort of hurrah. It's the last sort of thing to think about right now with the way that the game is. So, in all honesty, hope you guys enjoyed this game, these gameplays in the background. If you did, don't forget to hit that notification bell, like, favorite and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Leave your comments and feedback down below, it would be much appreciated. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.